Now, students, we are going to start a new chapter, that is sets. Actually, there was a German mathematician, Georg Cantor, who introduced the concept of sets, so he is called as the father of set theory. According to him, a set is a well-defined collection of objects. Means, suppose if I take a group of vowels of English alphabet, so it is well defined. Means I can properly represent it. There are two types of ways to represent a set. One is roster form, other one is tabular form. How we are going to represent the two forms of set? Like if suppose I say कि set A is a set of all English alphabet. So there are two ways to represent the set. One is roster form, other one is set builder form. Roster form is also sometimes called as tabular form. Set builder has few names, like set builder form can be said as rule form, it can be said as property form. In roster form, a set is always described by listing distinct elements. This word distinct is very important here. Distinct elements separated by comma within curly bracket or braces. Means what? कि a set is always represented in curly bracket or braces and all the distinct elements will be separated by comma. Means whatever you write inside the set, that will be separated by comma. This is called as roster form. Like suppose if I say कि A is equal to 1, 2, 3 in braces. It is a set. Means what I can say कि A is a set containing first three natural numbers. Now by looking at this set, I can also say that 1 belongs to A. 1 is the element of A, therefore 1 belongs to A. See how I am writing the representation. 4 does not belong to A. This symbol stands for does not belong to. Second one is set builder form. In set builder form, we list the property satisfied by all elements of the set. It means it characterizes the property. It exhibits the property which is satisfied by every element of the set. Like for example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3 I have taken. In set builder form, if I want to write the same, so I will write A is equal to in braces x such that x belongs to n. N is the set of natural number and x will be less than 4. So you know, less than 4 only there are 3 natural numbers 1, 2 and 3. So set will be formed like this. Thus we have a set like this. Now this is about the representation of the set. Now want to classify the set on the basis of the number of elements. Means if I want to do the classification of set on the basis of number of elements. So there are two classifications. One is finite set, other one is infinite set. Finite set is a set which contains definite number of elements. Means here the number of elements of the set can be determined. And the number of element of the set is denoted by n in bracket A. Similarly, as the name indicate, infinite set, it contains infinite number of elements. Like if suppose I say set A is equal to x such that x is a natural number. Means there is no limit to the answer. We can write any limitless answer. So that is infinite set. But if I say set B is a set of natural number less than 10. Now you know there are definite answers for it. So this is the difference between a finite set and an infinite set. Next is empty set. Empty set, as the name indicate, in the set there should be nothing. An empty set is a set which does not contain any element, right? And this set is also called as null set, or it is called as void set, and it is usually denoted by phi or empty braces. Then singleton set. Singleton set is a set which contains exactly one element. It contains exactly one element. Means suppose if I say x a is equal to braces x such that x is an even prime number. So you know there is only one even prime number. So set a will be equal to braces 2. So this braces 2 will be called as the singleton set. Now next type of sets are equal sets. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly same elements. I said exactly same elements irrespective of their order of occurrence. Means the two sets should have the same entries. Like suppose if I say set A is equal to 1 2 3, set B is equal to 3 3 1 2. So we will say set A is equal to set B, because in set A we have the elements as 1, 2 and 3. In set B also we have the elements as 1, 2 and 3. Therefore they are equal sets. If I say what is number of elements in set A, so it is 3. If I say what is number of elements in set B, so it is 3. Why it is 3? Because whatever elements we write in the set, it should be written only once. If it is repeated, it is meaningless. Next is equivalent set. Equivalent set. Two sets A and P are said to be equivalent if they have same number of elements. See the difference between the two. Equal set was having exactly same element. Here I am saying they have same number of elements. For example, if set A is equal to 1 2 3, set P is equal to A B C. So what I find ki number of element in set A is 3, number of element in set P is also 3. Then NA is equal to NP. It means set A and P are equivalent. Okay. Now few remarks. First remark, that all equal sets are equivalent. All equal sets are equivalent. Why equivalent? Because if the sets are equal, they will have same number of elements. But all equivalent sets are not equal. Like here, these are the two equivalent sets A and P, but they are not equal. Second remark, in set theory, repetition and order of occurrence of elements make no difference. Means whichever element is written at what place, it doesn't make any difference. Similarly, if I repeat an element many times, then also it makes no difference.